few things to talk about today, isn't there, Michael Knight? Good morning.
It's a freaky, fractious Friday with New York Vinnie and Michael Knight every day. If that day is a Monday, a Wednesday, or a Friday, don't come looking for us on Tuesday or Thursday. We can't be found. We can't be found.
Well, we could be, but you'd have to look extra hard for us.
Well, we could be found perhaps individually doing the various affairs of the day.
Right. Or there could be some cash involved in it. Like if you had a Tuesday and you said, we need Mikey and Vinny, and you said, I'm going to slip some money in an envelope and send it to these guys.
Oh, that's a good place to start. Now we're showing up.
Now, all of a sudden, our Tuesdays or Thursdays or whatever days are booked up. I mean, we work Sunday mornings, us and the priests.
Oh, yeah.
I worked Sunday mornings for a lot less when I was a tow truck driver.
But the priest can't work for much less. It's just a promise and a dream.
Yeah, but it's a promise and a dream. But you have to come up with words to say to soothe the people.
Yeah,
what
shtick.
do you say to soothe the people?
Would anyone like me to call my homily just shtick? It's just shtick.
Here I am. I'm Henny Youngman, only with robes.
That somebody else pays for. These vestments.
How are you this morning, Michael? Are you feeling all right?
Feeling pretty good, I guess. The idea of a storm in LA, just rain and rain and rain and rain. And it's cold. You know how California gets colder than Washington?
Yeah.
Like the temperature says it's 55, but it feels like it's 32. I can't explain that to people who don't understand it, but it happens. It's as though the cold goes right through you in California, whereas in Washington, it's a more amiable cold.
Well, I think here we're used to it. I think we have an expectation that November, halfway through the month of November, it's going to get cold. So when
you're going to be miserable,
1 week to 60 or 70 degrees.
Remember that comedian that had he had an album out and his whole thing was, I'm miserable, right? I'm miserable, right?
No, I don't know if I remember it. Now, you're not talking about Stephen Wright, are you?
No.
It
was a guy who had one album and it disappeared. We used to play it at KTIM.
Yeah, no, I don't off the top
I'm
of
miserable.
my head. I'm miserable.
Right? And you had to agree with him.
He's asking you if he's visible or I'm miserable and visible.
He was visible, and he could tell before he said it, he was miserable.
There you go.
I'll have to look that up. I think it's Diamitio or something.
Does it count if a comedian has an album and it doesn't go anywhere?
Oh yeah, that's street cred.
Maybe we got to make an album. Maybe that's our whole problem, Michael. We've never made an album together. Maybe that's what we need to. We need to just do our shtick and put it on vinyl.
I like the sound of that.
How much can it cost to press vinyl these days? Yeah, like everything. How much? No, you're right. That's the question you should never ask anymore. How much does it cost? Don't ask. You don't want to know the results.
Well, by asking, you're showing that you don't know the answer. That's a bad place to start.
Well, yeah, because these days, the answer to everything is on Google or...
You're asking Pete Hegseth to tell you how much the invasion of Venezuela is going to cost. There's nothing. They're paying for it.
He can't tell you what his bar bill cost. How's he going to tell you what the invasion of Venezuela is going to cost?
Has his drinking gotten in the way yet?
I don't know. To be honest,
he said that if he got the job, he was going to quit.
Well, yeah, he's full of shit, like everybody else in this administration is full of shit.
Boy, they are a sad collection of incompetence.
They take being full of shit and being incompetent to a whole new level. And
it ain't level. It's tilted like the mystery room where you stand in the corner and the ball rolls the wrong way.
Right.
All day long, the ball rolls the wrong way in Washington.
No, this is a level of incompetence, and not just incompetence, but
ruthlessness.
Dangerous.
Yeah.
incompetence, malfeasance, incompetence that will get somebody eventually, if it hasn't already, get people killed. I mean, wasn't the deaths that they caused during COVID enough?
No.
Wasn't people trailers having to pull up to hospitals, refrigerated trailers having to pull up to hospitals so they could store the dead bodies? Wasn't that enough for people?
Always have a plan for storing the dead. That's what it's taught us.
Yeah, I mean, how much more? What is it going to take?
What are you guys doing here? We're storing the dead. That's all.
Yeah,
It's going to take all day.
It just does. It seems like the level of stupidity, not among the people that are in the Congress, but the people that vote these people back in, vote people like Mike Johnson into an office.
Don't get me started.
Or Trump or any of his cronies. I mean, it's laughable. This newest one here with the now listen, I'm going to say this. I don't absolutely agree with what the Democratic Congress people did. Disobey the order.
No, they didn't say disobey the order.
Well,
you got it wrong.
Disobey any illegal order.
You're not required to follow illegal orders.
Right. I don't know. I agree with that. I don't agree with it. Maybe it's
maybe if you don't agree with it, then there's only one option for you, and that is you must obey illegal orders.
Well, no, I don't think you should. I don't think you should, but I don't know that you need a Congress people to stand on that hill.
People with experience from the military and from intelligence.
Officers stand on that hill.
They weren't yahoos off the street like we have with the Trump administration. They're ex CIA officers, ex military officers, people who have served, people who have received orders, people who have followed orders, saying you don't have to follow an illegal order. I've never followed an illegal order, but I've never been given one. If you're given an illegal order, you are required not to follow it. That's the rule.
Right. And
that's the order.
And I would have to think that many people are aware of that. Certainly the generals, certain generals were aware of that.
But I give you Sterling Hayden in How I Won the War.
At the end of the last Trump administration, when they were calling the Chinese up and reassuring them, saying, listen, we got this under control.
We're not doing it. You think we're doing it? We're not.
Yeah. Call us first because we don't know that this guy is going to hit a button or do something that'll plunge us all into World War III. So.
But now there's nobody to call the Chinese.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's part of the problem. But I certainly don't agree with calling for the death of people for that, and the idiotic. I mean, this guy has to. I mean, they foiled 2 assassination attempts against him when he was running for office the second time. Does he not think that words like this make people? It's like a call to action.
2 shots at his empty head, and he didn't figure it out yet.
It's like a call to action for psychopaths, for every unbalanced son of a bitch that has a gun
or can get one quickly.
How many times have we seen plots foiled against Gretchen, the governor in Michigan? How many times have we seen plots foiled against different Supreme Court justices and different politicians on both sides? And we've also seen the death of elected officials in Minnesota.
Right at their doorstep.
And does it, and again, you have the insurance executive who was shot and killed by Luigi. There's a lot of
hiding out on the main sidewalks of Manhattan.
Yeah, at 7:00 in the morning. So the idea is, nobody will, people don't take the president literally. He's just a pile of bullshit.
They love to take him literally. They'd rather take that literally than
Psychos that follow this guy. I mean, did January 6th not tell you anything?
those guys keep the guys he pardoned keep getting rearrested.
Yeah, I mean, no wonder there's a crime wave. He let all those people out of jail. No wonder there's a crime wave. So for him to do that, it's asinine. It's amazing, and it's amazing.
Well, the things we know don't make sense anymore. You're wearing a Roberto Clemente hat. If you're on first base, there's a ball up the alley, and Roberto gets it. If you try to go to third, he's got a surprise for you. The ball you just hit's going to show up there before you do, and that's reality. But in a world with no reality, in Trump's world, you can run all you want. You don't even have to hit the ball. You don't have to be at bat. Just take off running.
Well, that's why we're starting people at second base in extra innings. It's. I don't know what you do to put the genie back in the box, or what you do to change this situation, especially when you have somebody who keeps adding fuel to the fire.
No matter what.
No matter what, he just doesn't care. And as long as you have the idiots that will defend him, that will stand next to his picture or next to him and defend him and stand up for him. Guys like Mike Johnson, he'll say, "Well, the real point here is what the elected officials said." No, the real point is that the president of the United States threatened people with death. That's the real fucking point. Okay?
That's our problem today.
That's the point. There's no other point.
Did the Secret Service pay him a visit? Say, are you the one that threatened the lives of the members of Congress?
No. There's no, and even if they did, the way he hinked up the court in his last term, he made it so that the president couldn't be prosecuted for things like that.
For murder, for a threat of murder.
And people even asked the question in that press conference that time. Well, what happens if the president wants to get somebody killed?
Oh yeah, we'll get to it. It'll never happen.
Yeah, well, it'll never happen. I mean, you never. And here you have a nitwit who is stupid enough to start to threaten people on social media and to open the door for any idiot that has a gun, any person that's a little off, or the ones that aren't even off, the ones that are, they just think I'm going to do a heroic act for my president.
Because he sent me an email. He sent me a message. I saw it online. It has to be real. It has to be true. It has to be valid. I'm protected.
Why?
I'm covered on this one.
Why would anybody want to run for office while this guy is president?
Well, when he's through, and I don't think he's going to make the end of his term, we have a lot of fixing to do. It'll take the rest of our lives and more.
I mean, just the fact that they didn't invite him or his vice president to a vice president of America's funeral.
Don't want you here. Thank you. You're not welcome.
Does that even make any kind of impression on anybody?
Just makes him vicious, more vicious.
I mean, out of respect. Now, listen, there's no Dick Cheney lovers in this room, I don't think. But he was vice president of the United States, and it's protocol that the past presidents and vice presidents, unless they're ill, attend these functions.
Nope.
And he was specifically told, him and his little spank boy, J.D. Vance,
do not
were told,
darken our door.
Come. Stay at it. Don't send your wife. Don't send your ugly kids.
Don't know why that's
Aaron.
Don't know why that's funnier today than it would be any other day, but Spank Boy is funnier today.
Don't send anybody. Stay away. Don't. It's like the.
Can we send Mike Johnson? Can we send him? No.
Keep him
Pete
the fuck
Hegseth?
out
No,
too.
no, no.
And I'm sorry, I'm hot and I'm a little bit cursing this morning.
You're
But
hot and bothered.
I'm at the. I'm just. When does this end? When does this? When did the people come to their senses and say, you know what? This is not us.
It
This is
ends in
not what
tragedy.
we are. We're better than this.
A smoking fuselage of tragedy.
It's. I mean, at some point, don't you have to say, I don't want my kids to see this. I don't want my kids to look at this as an example. I don't want people, my friends that live in other countries. I don't want them to see this as an example of who we are. I just it's just endless. It's
Every day.
endless, man.
Every single day.
And
Maybe
it's
twice a day.
and it's like the country is circling the drain, man.
And everybody else gets just to stand by and watch. Whoa, he went down quick. Oh, he went down hard. But he
We're
did go
just
down.
circling the drain with this guy. And I don't know what's gonna. Like I say, I keep saying it. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna
Well,
happen. I
the
know
people
what's
who are
gonna
supposed to
happen.
balance our system of government is set up for balances. There's supposed to be checks and balances. We haven't got any of that. None of it. The drain awaits.
And you have people on social media, which is really becoming. I mean, I think social media is actually. I didn't think it could happen, but social media has gotten dumber since Trump was reelected because they somehow think that many people on social media, not all people, but many people on social media tend to think that they had something to do with Trump getting elected. Now, maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I don't know. But
You mean beyond voting?
yeah, beyond voting, like they influenced people. You see, we have this new category of people now called influencers.
They don't influence me. In fact, I immediately don't want to wear their shirts or pants.
Yeah, they don't influence me either. But these people are hauling down money and fame and followers and this and that and the other thing by just a few words that they tweet or that they put a little video on TikTok or something like that. I don't quite get it. I don't quite understand it in the sense of what makes you believe what Johnny Limpdick says on some tweet or some
It's the pants he likes. I like the pants that he likes. He likes pants. I like pants. Those are good looking pants.
Because he uses tough language, because he has a picture or something. Because I mean, it seems to be that because the favorite kind of influencer is the women who just have their breasts hanging out, and you're here, buy this because I'm advertising and my breasts are hanging out. So, and usually they're selling some kind of male hormonal product.
Easily applied.
Just slap it on with a spoon, man. Get your honey to slap it on.
And here comes the company ladle. You can't have it without the ladle.
But now we have influencers, and they're what's their back?
Well, the far right and the far left are famous for their opinion people, who the webcasters, the podcasters, the talking heads, who think that they're network material. Here's what I think. Here's what I believe. Here's what he really meant. Here's why he was joking. He's a joker. He was joking. He didn't mean that. Mike Johnson is not really a human being. He's an alien who's been here, placed amongst us to keep us in control.
Well, what an insufferable little. I mean, can't they
By the way, I believe.
I, I, I have friends that always tell me, well, it's going to get better. It's going to get this. It's going to get that. You
Oh, it's
know,
going to get this and that.
yeah, that to me is like people say.
They say,
People say, people don't say.
you
People
know
don't
what
say
Trump's,
anything.
you know what Trump said. Many people say. Many people have been
Many
telling me.
people
Many
say.
people are concerned.
Many people have been concerned. Many people have expressed a concern. Well,
Who, where,
name them.
when? Yeah, name one.
Bring receipts. Name somebody who isn't on Fox News that was concerned, which is all the idiot watches all the time, except he seems to watch Jimmy Kimmel.
Keeping an eye on him.
He seems that
Keeping an eye on the Jimmy.
he
And
was calling
Guillermo. Don't
for
forget Guillermo.
Jimmy to get fired. Yeah, it was. He was. I mean, this is a guy that's so soft that he can't stand up to to the rantings of a talk show host, a kid from Brooklyn. He can't stand up to that. I mean, what a chump. What an absolute chump.
I got something for you, Vinny. What are you driving this week?
Good. Give me.
What are you driving, Vinny?
What am I trying? You're trying to stop me from being so mad, Michael, and I appreciate
No.
that. But,
Well, if I can, I'll help.
well, one of the things about this gig that we've been doing, I've been doing now for I don't know a million years, is that every once in a while you get a car that when you feel like I feel today, when you're upset, you're just
Verklempt.
pissed off about everything. You can melt into the car behind the wheel of the thing and go for a drive, and
Lordy Lou, look at the world we live in.
it all goes away. And that's what this week's car is. This was this
What is
week's
that?
Vinnie is. This is an Audi A6 e-tron, and this is a beautiful piece of machine, man. This is another. We talk about the Audi as not just a car, a point A to point B car, but as a piece of art. And this Audi really is a piece of artwork. It's a
The
car
A6
that
e-tron.
e-tron, which means it's all electric. And matter of fact, you can see the rat and the saint there are dressed up in their Martha Stewart caps for Thanksgiving. And
St. Martha.
yeah, St. Martha. And I mean, this thing is a technical wonderland. I mean, it's got 3 screens. You get a screen in front of the passenger that they can see, but the driver can't see at that third screen over there. And everything in this car is just ergonomically perfect. It's comfortable. It's, but not comfortable like driving your couch. Comfortable like driving a fine sedan, a fine vehicle that's not necessarily geared up for being a sports car, but it's geared
Is
up.
that a hard canopy in the inside?
Yeah. That's one of those new sunroofs that don't open, but they adjust to the temperature, so that if you're in the car and you need more light, you can adjust it. If you need more darkness because it's a very sunny day out, you can adjust it. There's a nice leg room in this thing. It's a large car. The A8 has a little more leg room in it, but the A6 really gives you enough leg room. The rear seat in the back folds down, so it becomes like a hatchback that you can hold stuff around in. Not a lot of room back there, but you can hold stuff around in. But between the car being so very quiet and being a car that also takes up the bumps in the road with an air suspension that adjusts to the type of road. This has got a computer in it that can feel what type of road you're driving on and adjust your suspension accordingly. So if you're
Whoa.
going down a road in Michigan and it's bumpity bump, bada boom, bada boom, bada boom, bada boom, it adjusts the suspension, it hardens it up or softens it up. If you're going through a nice California highway in the desert at 2 o'clock in the morning and the warm air is going and and the road is soft and
Looking for Hotel California.
it adjusts the suspension to that. And there's also something on here I want to show you. I want to go back and show you a second. I think this was one of my favorite things in this car that I've seen. Let's see if we can get it right to the spot. We'll go inside the car in a second. And we always have the Ballard problem. You see the turn signals up by the dashboard there?
Yeah.
The Ballard problem is you never see the turn signals to shut them off, right? Because you're not paying attention to the dashboard. Well, this car is taking care of the Ballard problem, Michael. It's one of the first cars I've ever seen to take care of the Ballard problem of your turn signal keeping it on long after you've made the turn. These things you can't help but see them. See them?
That's cool.
And that's, it's just full of technical wonders like that. It's 380. Boy, I want to say it's 375 to 400 horsepower. The A6 e-tron rear-mounted electric motor with 375. The Quattro all-wheel drive bumps up the power to 456. This has 456 horses. You can get an e-tron that has a dual motor powertrain that'll get you up to 543 horsepower, all electric.
Wow.
The charging times are great. The e-trons, Audi is really...
Look at that under the hood. There's nothing there.
Yeah, there's nothing under the hood. It's the frunk. Get down and get frunky with it. Like I say, everything on this car is just designed to accommodate and to make life pleasurable for the driver and the passengers.
Is Audi getting ahead of Mercedes-Benz in terms of their
Mercedes, it's interesting because it seems like a neck and neck race. They all have a ton of technical stuff.
right.
They all have incredible engineering, as does BMW. The Germans just have gone all out as far as engineering. The problem with all of the German vehicles is, that it's such a precise machine in many ways that when you have to go and get one fixed, it costs you an arm and a leg if it's out of warranty.
Yeah.
That's the problem with the German cars. They're great cars to have while they're in warranty. Once they get out of warranty, if you have one that might have a little bit of problem, you better have some cash in the bank.
You got to take it to Cupertino to get it fixed.
Yeah, you got to take it somewhere to get it fixed. But again, as I said, just a solid car, strong car. I haven't taken it out on the highway yet to really feel it out and see what it can do. But
have you taken it to Dick's?
I did take it to Dick's. Remember, as soon as they dropped it off yesterday, I went over to Dick's and had a hamburger. So it was. We'll have to see how the Friday night crowd likes it. This isn't a Dick's car. This isn't a car that they're going to gather around at Dick's. This is more, pull up at the country club, or something like that. This particular model I'm driving. Let me see. I just had the sticker price right here. And this particular one is $73,495.
Nothing to it. Pocket change.
So, I'll buy one of these before I buy a Tesla.
Oh yeah, certainly.
And it's really interesting to see it go head to head with the Lucid Air, which is a fine vehicle and does everything that any one of these vehicles do, but it's made in America. So you have a choice in cars now, and the Lucid. A lot of people are saying that those cars are not having the kinds of problems that some of the other electric cars are having.
Hmm.
So that's something to keep an eye on too, because nowadays you want to go out, you want to buy a car that's not going to give you a ton of problems. Um, the Lucid is the way to look. The Audis seem to be, holding themselves well as far as repairs and stuff like that. So good car. I mean, I like it so far. It's always a pleasurable car to drive an Audi. And it's also, I love it because you're not driving something that everybody else on the block is driving.
Now the
So,
A8 would just be bigger.
is it what, Michael?
The A8 would be just a bigger version.
Yeah, more leg room, more horsepower. It's I'm trying to think if probably about 3 or 4 more inches in the cabin, leg room, a little bit more luxurious trim. I don't know how much more luxurious you want to get, but a little bit more luxury. But this A6 is luxurious as I want. I guess if you have a spare 150,000 around the house or 100,000,
Oh
you're looking
yeah,
at A8.
good grief.
Do you have that kind of money around, Michael? Because if you do, I need a loan.
I think I'd rather loan it to you than buy that car. But yes, I mean, but no.
Yeah, no, I don't have. And I would do the same for you, but I don't. I'm in the same boat. We're both in the same boat, luckily.
And the boat is not electric, and it doesn't have 3 screens.
Doesn't have 3 screens and doesn't have an electric motor. Unfortunately, doesn't. We're lucky. My boat, I'm lucky I have a motor in it. I got 2 oars.
Motors seem to be a good idea.
Yeah, 2 oars and a heart attack, and a oxygen tank. What do you got? Who the 49ers playing this weekend?
I don't know who the 49ers are playing. That's an interesting question.
Are they even playing anybody, or did they decide like the Seahawks? They're just not going to play this weekend.
Seahawks aren't going to play any more games this year, or just this weekend.
I think they're done with their crappy kind of performance last week. I think that's the. I mean, they're going into Tennessee to play the Titans.
Oi.
The Seahawks, a 1-9 team. If they can't beat them, they really got to give it up. The only game I really like besides the Seahawks is the Steelers in Chicago. There's just something about that game that it's almost like you could see George Hallis.
It's cold. It's frozen. It's a tundra.
Yeah. It's just it's one of those games that bring back the old NFL. I watched the Bills and Texas last night, and I'll tell you what.
Boy, oh boy.
Whoa.
Texas looks like something, and the Bills can't play ball.
Well, they could before last night. They ran into something that wasn't pretty.
I didn't know the Houston team had such a defense.
Yes, I don't know that I did either. I mean, I saw him play. Who did I see him play the week before? And they were pretty good. But it's kind of amazing how they smothered the Bills.
Yeah.
The 49ers are on Monday Night Football. They're playing the Panthers.
Oh, good. That'll be a good show.
In 49erville. Right after, let's see, Sunday night is the Rams and the Buccaneers in L.A. And
that'll be a good game.
Yeah, see if there's anybody else here that's really kind of interesting me a little bit.
You find yourself between
and I don't know.
these hooligans
The Jets in Baltimore. That's it. That could turn out to be an ugly game.
The Jets in Baltimore.
Jets. The Jets won their 2 games for the year, so they're done.
It's going to be ugly.
And yes, it's amazing that we're at this part of the season where the teams that you really thought were going to be something
ain't so much
something. I mean, New Orleans, everybody thought they were going to be something.
They
2-8. Dallas 4-5-1.
Just as long as we get another shot of Jerry in the box.
Yeah.
And now here's Jerry in the box.
Cleveland, Las Vegas. That should have been a hell of a game this week. And it is a hell of a game now. Both teams 2-8. Just the Giants 2-9. They'll be calling Russell Wilson to come back
or do something.
So it'll be.
Have a pastrami sandwich at the Stage Door Deli and tell me what you think.
Oh, I'm sorry. Say again, Michael.
They'll ask him to have a pastrami sandwich at the Stage Door Deli.
Russell, no, I think they'll. Now I missed it this week. Did he retire? Did he officially retire, or?
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I didn't. I thought I saw it somewhere, but as we know, you can't just glance at a story anymore. You have to now, even if wherever it's from, you have to check the story because there's so much AI stuff.
If Stephen A is involved, just don't read it at all.
Yeah, there's just so much crap around. I mean, they have. I don't know how people. I don't know how people don't see how crappy this AI stuff is, but you really got to do your homework these days to find out who's doing what where.
Well, if somebody sends you a headline and the name of the headline is not included in the headline or in the story or in the first 5 paragraphs, you've just been hooked.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much crap on YouTube. I mean, between cars and sports, you can't believe anything that's on YouTube.
No.
I mean, it's just
or Facebook.
Well, yeah, and I think at some point, when are the media companies going to start to regulate, or when's the government going to turn around and say, you know what? You guys are as much of a news source these days as CBS or anybody else. And we need to see, some kind of regulation, some kind of truth. I mean, I don't feel like it's going to happen anytime soon, but
no,
or until something serious happens. So I don't know. I just I wonder where all of this AI stuff is. You just can't believe it.
It's the opposite of journalism. The idea of a lead was you put the who, what, where, when, and how in the first paragraph, and you made it demanding and fulfilling and revealing. Now, the AI version is you put nothing in the lead. You just hook them. Giant lizard eats disc jockey. You'll never hear another word about it in the story.
You got program directors that would rush to that one.
We need a giant lizard. We can keep it in the station van. Disc jockey gets out a little line. We release the giant lizard, and that's all you need.
It saves us from having to fire people.
Didn't fire him. He disappeared. Where? Down the lizard.
Down the lizard, man. Just go look at the lizard. If you see somebody's shoes in there, chances are the lizard ate them. The only problem with the lizard is he only eats people to Jim Morrison music. Anything by the Doors, and he's in there chopping.
It makes him hungry. I can't tell you why. It's just a fact.
You hit
the only fact in our story.
Yeah, you hit that 15-minute version of The Unknown Soul. Get rid of the whole sales department.
It's the end that he likes to eat. He likes to chomp to.
There you go.
Because of the end. My only friend, the end.
Yeah, you could get rid of all of the programming departments and everybody.
Just all the troublesome morning man.
Yeah, put it on autopilot.
It's called Auto Lizard.
Oh man! Now, do you have baseball this weekend or?
No, we got rained out. Our last game got rained out.
Okay.
The Bull got invited to play on the super team. Now he's going to be a traveler.
Nice.
The
That'll
kid can
be.
hit. Kid can hit, and better than that, for kids that are 6 years old, he can catch.
Well, that'll be tons of fun. Yeah, for catching. If a 6-year-old can catch, he's going to go some places in the 6-year-old world.
Throw him the ball, he catches it.
Yeah, he's going to go someplace in the in that 6-7-year-old.
Because throwing the ball at first base is something that the kids can do, not always accurately, but to catch it is a whole other world.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, by the way, you know who's stopping by the White House this morning?
The mayor-elect of New York.
Zoran Mandani. Yes, the mayor-elect of New York City is going to visit Trump at the White House today.
It's the battle of the kids from Queens.
Yeah, a couple of kids from the neighborhood going to get together.
You know, see how that goes.
Yeah. I think that's going to turn out to be good. Well, you saw that the police commissioner, who, by the way, may I say, is Jewish, has decided to stay on. He's offered her the job, said, I'd really like you to stay on. Tom Selleck gave you a good recommendation. And so she is going to stay on as the commissioner of police, the police commissioner, saying that she feels she can work with Mandani.
I bet she can.
Well, I'm impressed with her. I mean, I don't know. I don't live there day to day, so I don't know how the rank and file.
You don't know the cops on the beat anymore by name?
Yeah. I don't know, but it seems that she's, that she's fair but tough with them. They seem to have respect for her.
Who were the cops on the beat when you were a kid?
Well, the guy that was on the beat on 82nd Street was Richie the Meathead. He was this tall, big guy who had a meathead. He had a head that looked like a ham.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was. Richie the Meathead. He was the beat cop on 82nd Street, and then the RMP cops was 1470 was one car. That was the one that we were always looking out for. They were the sector where we hung out, and 1490 was the sector next to ours. And we always had to watch out for them. And the guy driving 1470 was TV Joe.
TV Joe.
TV Joe. We called him that because his head looked like a TV.
These guys all had misshapen heads.
Like a square head. Yeah, like I don't know. He just looked like a TV.
Like an
so we called him TV Joe. And he and his partner, and then in 1490, I forget, who was the guy in 1490? Was it Tapler? Yeah, I think it was Tapler. A guy named John Tapler was the cop in that one. And they made a career out of chasing us up the street, down the street, up the street. They'd come by 82nd Street. We go to 83rd Street. They come by 83rd Street. We go back to 82nd Street. We go to the schoolyard. They come to the schoolyard. It was this whole game that went on every night. And in the summer, it was even crazier because then people went to like 78th Street Park or PS 69 or 145. There were different schoolyards that people went to hang out in. And then,
so you guys were always on the move.
Oh yeah, no, listen, we got our road work in, and we were 82nd Street. That was our. I mean, we owned the real estate there. Nobody could go to 82nd Street and hang out on 82nd Street. That was
Nobody.
our turf. That was Wino Lord's territory.
The wino lords.
The Wino Lords. Well, we had to come up with a name for our group, and really we didn't have to, but for some reason we did. And so we went with the Wino Lords because there was like the Jackson Heights Raiders, and there was a few other Woodside Kings, I think. So we came up with the Wino Lords, but really you were known by the street corner you hung out on. I hung out on 82nd Street. I hung out 78th Street, or somebody else hung out on 89th Street. You were known by the street, and usually on each one of those streets there was a candy store.
Good grief. Had to be.
Yeah, because the way you formed your relationships in that period of time was your father used to send you up for the paper at night. The Daily News used to come out at 8 or 9 o'clock at night, the first edition. So your father,
Vinnie, run up to the corner and get me the paper.
yeah, that was it. Go up to the corner, you go up there, and you'd see four other guys waiting for the paper. The paper usually come around 9 o'clock, 8:30, something like that. So,
Oh, look, there's TV Joe.
yeah, so you hung around and you got to know people, and all of a sudden you found other places to hang out besides the candy store. But that was socialization. You either hung out at the at the candy store or the schoolyard, and that's how you got to know people, and that's how you formed these gangs. And then the cops would chase you around, because they knew you were up to no good, or what passed for no good in those days.
Pretty calm by today's patterns.
Oh, by today's patterns, it's nothing. It's yeah, yeah. There's nothing to compare. I mean, we didn't have guns. We didn't settle. We settled arguments with our fists. If you got an argument with somebody, you fought them. You didn't come with a gun. You didn't come with a knife. You didn't come, because you knew that you'd be friends with that person in a week anyway.
Sure.
I couldn't tell you how many people I got in fights with, and you were friends a day later.
An hour later.
Yeah. Oh, what were we fighting for? I don't know. I don't know. All right. You want to hang out with us on 83rd? Yeah. All right. Let me tell the guys at 94th I'm not coming back.
We'll form an alliance.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it was all about. So, that was.
But I like that story because it's of a time that's never going to come again.
Yeah. It's well, yeah, because you don't go up to the store to get anything really anymore. Now you have Amazon deliver it, or it's just so different. People don't come out of their houses anymore. You can spend a week without coming out of your house, and it's sad because you lose that socialization.
Yeah.
You use that ability to see people and talk to them and get to know them, and just kind of I don't know, just socialize. Now you don't have that anymore. I don't see kids hanging out in any corners. Now, when I went back to New York, when I would go back to New York, I'd see kids hanging out on corners. So I think that still happens in New York.
Neighborhoods.
But that's all, in the neighborhoods but there's still the candy stores. There's still, those socialization centers.
Now, the guy that ran the candy store, what was his name?
Well, it depends on which candy store, which corner.
Your favorite.
on my corner was Maxie.
Maxie.
Maxie was on the corner, 83rd and Northern. Candy store. Geez, who was the guy that ran the candy? Now on 82nd Street, um, what was that guy's name? The candy store was actually on 83rd Street, and that was everybody's father, or everybody's father sent them up to that candy store. And what was that? I can't remember his name. I know there was. Was it more? Was that Morris? I remember 80th Street and Northern Boulevard was Annie and Marty, and Gene Simmons used to assemble papers.
You put them
for
together.
Annie and Marty.
Put the inserts in.
Put the inserts in. That was his job. And sometimes when he couldn't make it, I would do it. So he was I never forget, he came in for an interview at KRQR when I was working at KRQR. And he looked at me and I looked at him, man, and I said, really? No. Yeah. It was Gene Simmons. What was it? Yesel or something like that. It was just, we knew him as when he was there because he was at Hungarian or Hebrew or something like that name. But, you know, those people, Kiss, New York Dolls, lived in the neighborhood. We had a lot of musicians in the neighborhood, old and new. I mean, Doc Severinsen lived in our neighborhood. Les Paul lived in our neighborhood. We had a lot of, because it was a subway ride from Rockefeller Center and from the studios.
Yeah.
Apartments were cheap. So take the 7 train right into the city.
Gotta be smart. Live in the Queens.
Yeah. You never know who was walking by when you were hanging out on the corner.
Well, let's see if Donald and the new mayor of New York know how to play nice.
I don't think that's going to go too well. I don't get a good feeling about that one. I got a funny feeling we're going to be hearing today about the president holding back all sorts of funds, and I don't know.
Well, then the mayor will put up roadblocks around the Trump buildings. No admittance.
Well,
get in.
That might be, you know, who you call it didn't have the nerve to do it. But I wish that de Blasio or de Blasio, when he left office, would have done an executive order to rename Fifth Avenue Barack Obama Boulevard.
Yeah.
So that Trump Tower would be located at 655
Obama Boulevard.
Barack Obama Boulevard. Could you imagine him having to write that down every day on correspondence? I mean, you'd give him a heart attack.
If he had a heart.
If he had a heart, yeah. Well, he's got a heart, Michael. You remember the story about him pulling his car over on the Conduit Boulevard on a rainy night in Howard Beach?
I think that never happened, but I do remember the story.
Guy that was standing outside of his car with a flat tire. You remember that?
I remember the story, but it was just a bald-faced lie.
Come on, Donald Trump was a kind person.
He was a person.
He took him in. Matter of fact, he found out that the guy had 2 16-year-old daughters, and he took them right in the car.
He took them first. I'll be right back. I'll be right back and get you. I'll pick you up. Wait right here.
Oh man! All right,
Vinnie. We'll see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock.
See you for drive time tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. We'll have stuff that went on at the highlights from the LA Auto Show, which is going on right now. And we'll also have, of course, the Yeomany. What are you driving this week? We'll take a look back at another great car that I drove last week, and wrap up a couple of loose ends from the Seattle Auto Show as well. All of that starting at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning as we get ready for Thanksgiving coming up next week.
Oh, the creek is going to rise.
Yeah, and I will see you Monday if the Lord's willing. The creek don't rise.
I'll be here.
Promise. And then, of course, we'll all take it with a little bit of peace, love, and Manischewitz.
It's a tasty wine. Trust me on this one. It's a little sweet. You'll get used to it.
See you, Michael.
See you, Vin.
Thank you all for listening too. Please tune in tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock
o'clock.
drive time.